Good morning students, this is Sheba. Now let us discuss about the microprocessor and microcontrollers Unit 3 IO interfacing. In our previous sessions we have discussed about IO memory interfacing, serial and parallel communication interface, ADC and DAC interface, timer interface, keyboard display interface, interrupt controller interface. Now we are going to discuss about a major topic 8237 DMA controller. What is mean by this DMA? DMA is nothing but direct memory access. From the name itself, you can say you are accessing the data directly. It is a method of allowing data to be moved from one location to another in a computer without intervention from the central processing unit CPU. Yes, you can directly access your data without the knowledge of processor. It is a fast way of accessing data within computer. DMA IO technique provides direct access to the memory while microprocessor is temporarily disabled. DMA controller temporarily borrows the address bus, data bus and control bus from the microprocessor and transfers the data directly from the external device to a series of memory locations. This DMA controller supplies memory and IO with control signals and addresses during DMA transfer. 4 channels, that is expandable, are available here. First, channel 0 for DMA DRAM refresh, 1 for free and 2 for floppy disk control, and third is another free channel. So here it operates at 1.6 megabyte per second transfer rate. It has 64 KB section of memory address capability with single programming. Flyby controller is available, that is, data does not pass through the DMA, only memory to IO transfer capability. The initialization involves writing into each channel the address of the first byte of the block of data and the number of bytes to be transferred, which is called as word count. This is the pin diagram of 8237. It is a 40-pin dual-in package with 20 pins on each side. You can see corresponding clock pins, chip select, reset, ready pins, hold, HLDA pins, acknowledgement for hold, DMA request pins, data bus pins, IO read pin, write pin, end of process, address pins, output pins, DMA request output pins, DMA acknowledge for each channel like address enable signal, address drop, memory read output, memory write output. This is the architecture of 8237. It has many units like timing and control, priority encoder and rotating priority logic, decrementer, incrementer, 16-bit bus for read write data buffer. Apart from this, IO and output buffers are available for temporarily storage of data. So here is the 5 major blocks available in DMA: data bus buffer, read write control logic block, priority resolver, DMA channels. What is this data bus buffer? It contains tri-state 8-bit bidirectional buffer. It operates in slave mode and master mode. In slave mode, it transfers data between microprocessor and internal data bus, whereas in master mode, the output A8 to A 15 bits of memory address of data lines, which is unidirectional. Corresponding to this read-write control logic, it is used for reading the data and writing the data. It accepts the address bits and control signal from microprocessor in slave mode, whereas in master mode, it generates the address bits and control signal. Corresponding to the control logic, it has control logic pins, mode set registers and status register. In control logic, the master mode controls the sequence of DMA operation during all DMA cycles and it generates address and control signals. It increments 16-bit address and decrements 14-bit counter registers. It activates request signal on DMA channel request and slave mode is disabled. This is the diagram for DMA controller details, which we have discussed now. You can see clearly that this DMA generates request when an external request is given from an IO device. This DMA take the request and it processes the request to the CPU. Yes, it acts as an interface as we have seen in the previous sessions. It is connected between the CPU and the IO controllers. So this DMA controller takes the request from the IO controllers. It sees whether the processor is available to communicate the data. It directly gets the request and passes it to the device and gets the data and sent to the IO controllers. DMA request and acknowledgement, input output, read write, end of processing are the pins available between the DMA controller and IO controller. Corresponding to the memory, it has two pins like memory read and write pins, which you can see in this diagram. And also interrupt control is directly connected to overtake the DMA controller. Yes, you doesn't need this controller. You can directly communicate to the processor without the intervention of the DMA controller using the interrupt controller also. The interrupt controller takes the request from the IO controller and it processes the request to the CPU, that is the processor which you are connecting here. You can take an example of 8086 processor. If the 8086 processor is free to control process the request, then it gets the request from the IO controller and produces the output. So this is the major application of our DMA controller. In real time, you can see many devices without the intervention of our processor. You can directly access the data using this DMA controller. For example, I'm implementing in this communication line means I'm going to access the data for a temporary purpose means I need not go to the CPU. Directly, my remote system can communicate with the server processor and get the data without the intervention of the intermediate devices by using this DMA controller. Memory, the data available in the memory can be directly accessed by using this DMA controller. That is the major implementation of this DMA. This is about the 8237 DMA controller and its real-time application. Hope you all are clear about the topic. If you have any doubts in this, you can ask me and get the details. Thank you.